What if I told you that one banana pudding will take about an hour to make? The other one came out of a grocery store refrigerator case.
I love refrigerators.
Today, we're putting homemade banana pudding up against store-bought to see if all the mixing, layering, and waiting is actually worth it, or if grandma's recipe got beaten by one that comes in a plastic container. This is homemade versus store-bought, banana pudding edition. On this channel, we put homemade recipes up against store-bought rivals to see which one deserves your time, your money, and most importantly, space in your stomach.
Get in my belly!
Before we dig in here, a quick history lesson on banana pudding. Bananas were not common to the American kitchen until the late 1800s. Around that time, vanilla wafers also became popular. And somebody looked at bananas, pudding, and cookies and said, hey, let's stack all this together and see how it turns out. Banana pudding quickly became a Southern favorite, showing up at family reunions, church dinners, potlucks, and anywhere someone wanted to make sure nobody left hungry.
Oh, this is so fabulous. Ain't nothing like getting together with family and having a good meal.
In one corner, we have homemade banana pudding, made from scratch, with layers of creamy pudding, vanilla wafers, and fresh bananas. In the other corner, our store-bought challenger, convenient, ready to eat, and doesn't require any dishes. The store-bought is basically saying, why spend all this time making banana pudding when you could be watching YouTube? And who could argue with that? Now remember, at the end of this, we will compare our homemade version against the store-bought, and we will rate it 1 through 5 on 4 categories: taste, texture, appearance, and overall banana goodness. So there's only one way to find out who wins this challenge. Let's head to the kitchen and find out. Welcome back to the kitchen for the banana pudding edition. Today we're going to make a homemade banana pudding. Now this has no cooking, it doesn't require the oven. You're just going to mix these two things, make a cream, and then we're going to build it in a trifle dish, and then we'll get in there, we'll compare our banana pudding to the store-bought. So the only thing left to do now is to get to mixing this together, and the sooner we do, the sooner we can get in there and taste it. So let's get started. Banana pudding originated in the late 19th century Northeast and Midwest as a variation of an English trifle. Though famously adopted as a Southern comfort food staple, its earliest recorded recipe was published by Good Housekeeping in Massachusetts in 1888. All right, we got that simple little pudding milk and condensed milk mixture. We're gonna put this in the refrigerator and let it set up probably about 5 minutes. So we'll get that in the refrigerator, then we'll do the next step, which is just making the whipped cream mixture. So we're gonna do that, then we'll pull it out and combine them together. And then it's all about building. This isn't a hard recipe, so it's actually quite simple. Let's get going, let's finish this up. The earliest documented reference to banana pudding is a request for a recipe in an 1878 New York Times column. The earliest iteration resembled traditional English trifles. They featured layers of sliced sponge cake or ladyfingers, chilled custard, sliced bananas, and a topping of whipped cream or meringue. After the Civil War, faster steamships brought an influx of Central American and Caribbean bananas to U.S. ports like New Orleans and New York. The fruit became widely available and inexpensive, which prompted home cooks across the country to incorporate it into desserts. As I stated before, this is very easy. We're, pretty close to being finished. We're going to build it in this trifle dish with layers of banana and vanilla wafers and the pudding mixture. So let me get to mixing this together and then we'll start building it. All right, we have all the pieces ready to assemble this. Let's make this banana pudding trifle is where it originated. So we're going to stack cookies, pudding, bananas, and then make it real pretty. Put some whipped cream on the top. Then we're going to chill it for 3 hours. Once that's complete, then we'll get in there and give it a test and see which one wins. Around 1920, cooks began swapping the traditional sponge cake for the crunchier, more convenient vanilla wafer. The first known printed recipe featuring this cookie variation was shared by Laura Carley in 1921 in a local Bloomington, Illinois newspaper, The Pantograph. Recognizing the dessert's popularity, the National Biscuit Company, later known as Nabisco, started printing a recipe for banana pudding on the back of their vanilla wafers boxes in the 1940s. The cookies were officially rebranded as Nilla Wafers in 1967. Although the dessert originated in the North, it found its truest home in the American South. The dish flourished at large gatherings like family reunions, church picnics, and Sunday dinners because it was economical, could be scaled up to feed a crowd, and required no baking. In the post-World War era, home cooks started taking additional shortcuts, frequently using instant pudding mix and whipped topping like Cool Whip instead of making custard from scratch. Well, there you have it, folks. Didn't take that long, wasn't that complicated. But I think it looks really nice. We're gonna let this chill for 3 hours, and then we're gonna get in there and compare it to the store-bought one. So we'll see you in there. But first, check out this reveal. The verdict. So we're back again with the two competitors. The one on my left is the store-bought one, and the one on the right is the homemade version. So we're going to try these. We're going to grade them on a scale from 1 to 5 in 4 categories: appearance, taste, texture, and overall banana-ness. Without further ado, let's just jump right in. We'll start out with appearance. If you look here at the store-bought, it's got this very muted yellow color. The vanilla wafers have all turned to complete mush. There's not a whole lot of bananas in this. It just seems like there's just a few bananas. The bananas, of course, are kind of small and brown. Now, I don't know how long ago that they had made this. It does have this very artificial look to it. Now, let's go over here to the appearance on mine. Mine has all the colors. We got the homemade whipped topping, white, and then we've got the creamy pudding mix. And there is a bunch of cookies and bananas in this. I mean, a lot. The recipe called for almost an entire box of Nilla wafers. So on appearance, I'm gonna give the store-bought one a 2. It looks like banana pudding, but it's very, very fake looking, very artificial looking. On mine, I'm gonna give the appearance a 4. This thing, as you saw in the reveal, in that trifle dish, it's just an absolutely beautiful dessert. It's not that hard to do either. Right now we've got 4 to 2. Let's do texture next. If I shake this one on mine, this doesn't move at all. It is set up really nice. On this one, it's real jiggly, and that's probably because of the stabilizers that they put in. My thought is, and I could be wrong, is that they use pudding out of a can, already made. Mine, everything is fresh ingredients. I did use a vanilla pudding mix. The whipped topping and the whipped cream that's mixed in with the pudding is all homemade from scratch. So on texture, I don't like this one's texture, so I'm gonna give it a 2. And on mine, I'm gonna let's give it a 3. I think it'd probably be better. So now it's down to taste. On the taste, we're going to try this store-bought one. If this is the canned banana pudding mix, then it's gonna be real obvious. 100% canned pudding. I mean, it's not inedible, but it's canned and it tastes like artificial bananas. Let's try mine. Man, that's good. I don't know if you subscribe to the school of the pudding needs to be banana flavored. or if a lot of traditional banana puddings will have a vanilla pudding and then you get the banana flavor from the actual fresh bananas that's in it. That's what's happening here. And that works so well. On top of that, the fluffiness of the pudding whipped cream mix is just so light and delicate. It's not real heavy and weigh you down. There's lots of cookies, lots of like vanilla wafers, lots of bananas in here. So for taste, that gets a 1. That's pretty bad. And this thing, I'm gonna give it another 4 because that tastes really, really good. On the final category, talk about overall banana goodness. This has a lot of artificial banana. There's a few bananas in it. It's really leaning hard into counting on the artificial banana flavor to sell the banana pudding. This one there is 5 large bananas chopped up in this, and you get a fresh banana in every bite, just about. So overall banana-ness, this one we'll give it a 2 because it has got both banana pudding and bananas in it. But this thing, we're gonna give that also a 4. But it doesn't matter what we think, or the only judge that matters is sitting right next to me. And she has been so good, and so I'm gonna give her a little taste of it. Here is the store-bought. So, what do you think?
I've licked better flavor off the bottom of a dirty shoe.
Yep, I agree. It's very artificial tasting. Now let's get you some of mine. What do you think of that one?
Oh, now that's banana pudding. Somebody call the other pudding and tell it to retire.
I agree. It's the ultimate pup cup. All right, guys. Well, with the scores you see here on the screen, homemade has won again. This one was a pretty big difference between the store-bought one and the homemade one. The store-bought just is not quality. You'd be better off just making it yourself. The difference in quality is remarkable on the homemade. Well guys, that's all we have for this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you're seeing and you want to see more. You want to check that little bell icon so that you'll be notified the moment we drop a video. We drop our videos every Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. I hope that you enjoyed it, and as always, we appreciate you coming by, and we'll see you on the next video. Tell them bye, Piper.
Bye. See ya.